Okay guys, back at Geno's VW, a little transmission tip I'm going to try to give you here today. I don't know if anybody knows about it or not, but we'll try to do it. This is the newer style slider in Ford, and the reverse gear for the 73 and up. Probably 72 might have had it, 71 too, but I don't know for sure. But anyhow, if you had one of these that have the new wider fork in here, and the newer style paddle reverse gear, I'll get it right. What happens is a lot of people don't get this in the whole way. They'll get it on the edge of the teeth here. And then what happens is it spins it off like it did here. And you can see how that's all hammered up. And also here, at certain places that the teeth have the splatter mark on them here. And that'll make noise. And it just don't work. But there is a modification that my friends out at Rancho did, Sam Shackelforth. They came up with the old 2-groove with a new 17 tooth with a paddle or a pin reverse gear on it. So it saves you some money if you have a bunch of these sliders, which I do. And as you can see, it just makes a nice modification. And then you have to also use the old style shift fork, which fits right on it with no problem. And you still use everything the new style, intermediate housing and everything. It all fits in fine, works good. This is a Subaru engine going on this tranny, and I'm doing it for a friend down in West Virginia, and it's going to be a good tranny here. I got this core in today, matter of fact. And I figured this would be the one I'd want to rebuild for him. And it looks real good. So we'll see how it all, he's going to have a 82 fourth gear. It's a newer style. They're hard to catch, but we found one. And I think it's going to cruise nice for him. He's putting it in a 60-something Beetle, 69, I think it's IRS. He's stretched it. He's making sort of something like a rat rod, I guess, something out of it. I don't know which, but something. So it's be interesting to see it. Just run across the guy. He seems like a real nice fellow, and I think we're going to become pretty good friends. But anyhow, you can get this from me if you want to. I sell them here, and I can sell you the gear or the complete set. It's on my thing up on the Samba, and you can get them from Rancho if you're in the West Coast, in the West Coast, East Coast here. It's cheaper in the freight. A lot of people don't want to pay the freight. The economy, the way it is nowadays, it's tough. So it's up to you whichever way you want to go. But Sam Shackelforth made a dealer out of me a long time ago, and we worked back and forth together. Wonderful guy and wonderful friends. Became real good friends, and I really appreciate all the help he has given me with some of the newer stuff that come along. I've been doing this since '68. I got out of business in '84 because you just couldn't make a living at it. Went into another field. I'm not going to get in that. You probably hear it on some of the other videos. But I did this off and on, so I've been doing this stuff for over 30, 40 years, I guess. Not all in business. I was in business, I was out of business, got back into business now. Tax number is right there on the wall. So we're back in full-fledged business again. We don't do it for a living, we do it for fun. And that's what I like about it. So there you go on the parts. We'll try to give you tips like this as we go. Some people like to do their own gearboxes, some people don't. And if you want me to do them, I'll be glad to do them for you. I'm up here, and if you're close by, I get a lot of people close by that want work done, so check me out. 412-384-8012 is the shop number here, and 412-889-1541 is my cell number. And yeah, it used to be Geno's air-cooled, or Geno's VW, now it's Geno's air-cooled. We did that switch because of technicalities. Wasn't forced into it, but we decided to do it before we did hear some static from somebody that, you know, would cause us some trouble. So there you are. Anyhow, little tip on the reverse gear. And I'd like to hear some reports if anybody thinks that's a good idea, bad idea, or whatever. But I think it's a real good idea. Catch you all later from Geno's air-cooled again. I still got to remember the air-cooled. We'll catch you later. Bye-bye. Okay, I forgot to tell you, and we're splicing this in on this same video. When you put this in reverse, what you need to do is make sure you walk it back in. What happens is a lot of people don't walk it in, they catch it on the edge of the teeth, or they overshoot it. Some reason, I tried to figure out why it goes past it. Only reverse seems to do that past the detent, and sometimes you can go too far. But most of the time they don't get it in, and they just slap it in here, and it goes like about halfway, and then that's what causes this damage on the tooth here of the reverse gear. That's the weakest gear in this gearbox. And I had some other people ask me some other questions about pro gears. What's a pro gear? Can I run it on the street? Well, I wouldn't want to, but you can do whatever you want to. A pro gear looks like this. This is a normal second gear, and this is a pro gear. And you can see you have teeth on here all around, and you have big nubs on here. The reason this is, when you're drag racing, the slider is modified here, so when you go into second gear, it hooks up like that. It just goes right in. You could still miss second gear, but very unlikely. It'll work every time. And your low gear side is still have all the teeth in because you're not power shifting low. But second gear is the big gear, and that's the one that causes a lot of problems. And when it goes, it has every other two teeth taken off on the slider, and when it goes in, it just hooks in like that. Bam, goes right in. So that's your pro gear. If you want that for dragging, we do that. It's expensive to have these gears because you have to have the teeth cut off, have this ring pressed on, and welded. We do not do it in shop here. We have Rancho doing that for us, and then we have it come back here and do it. Now, we're going to try to keep some of this stuff in stock here so we don't have to have it shipped out. There is some other modifications that you have to do and what have you, but yes, we do this kind of work too. And we're here in the East Coast, so eventually, if I can afford it to keep some of this stuff in stock, I will. Like I said, we're not a real big operation. We don't have $100,000 of stuff here, but we do have a lot of parts here. I'd say at least $10,000, $20,000 worth of parts here right now. But we would like to get more here so we do not have to call out and order some stuff in from different suppliers that we do buy from. We do buy from Rancho most of our transmission parts, but if they don't have something and somebody else does and we need it, we go where we can get it. But most of the time they have everything we need, and that's what I like about them out there. They supply us good. So there you go. That's the other tip that I wanted to give you on the reverse gear plus the pro gears. And everybody asked me, what's a pro gear? That's a pro gear. I wouldn't recommend running it on the street. Although I've heard of some people doing it. I just wouldn't want to do it. Catch you later from Geno's Air Cool.